everybody, I'm back today with another Shop My Stash. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today is a beautiful, gorgeous day here. I'm loving the weather. I live in the country, so it's easy to just go outside and take a walk and just enjoy the outdoors without having to worry about a mask, and it's just been really nice. And I'm thinking about all of you who are living in areas of natural disaster right now. I hope all of you are doing okay. If you've never watched my Shop My Stash before, this is where I choose some products and then randomly generate a number that I choose from my spreadsheet for some of the products that I will be using. But first, I'm going to talk about some of the products I chose last time. So let's get right into this so this doesn't take forever. I feel like if I start chatting, I can talk and talk. Okay, let's talk about blush. The first blush that I had from last time is this one from Beauty Beauty. This is a combo product, one that you can use on your eyes and on your cheeks. I think it's really pretty, but I only used it 3 times. The 3 times I used it, I enjoyed it. It is a bit of a stiffer formula. It takes a little bit longer to warm up on your skin, but you know, patting it in, it does blend in nicely. I was also put off a little bit by the fact that I realized, looking at the ingredients, that one of the main ingredients in this is coconut oil. And I try not to put coconut oil on my face, being an acne prone person. So I don't know if I'm gonna hang on to this forever. That was kind of a big bummer for me because I really enjoy the effect of this. If I find something to replace it, I maybe could pass this on. But in the meantime, this isn't something I could wear all the time, but on occasion. The other blush I was trying out is this one from Essence. This is in the shade Blooming. And I mentioned in my last video how I mainly bought this because I was so interested to see what such a light color could even do on the cheeks. But guys, I'm wearing it today and it does create a beautiful, very slight, obviously, but a slight flush. And I think it's just really pretty. Like, especially now when the kind of like more natural makeup is in, this is gorgeous. I'm really happy I have this. It's very different from anything else in my stash. And I wore this one 7 times. Lip products, I wanted to use my Rimmel lipstick. This is the shade 08, and it is what I'm wearing on my lips today. It's really pretty. I kind of rediscovered this lipstick in my stash. It's not one that I reach for often. I feel like usually I'm thinking of it for some reason as much darker than it is, but I think this is actually really, really nice for me on my skin tone. As you know, it's not, I wouldn't call it as a nude lipstick, but it's very much more of a natural color. So I do enjoy this, and I wore this 5 times. My Julep lip gloss in Bestie. This is one I've actually been considering decluttering just because I don't reach for it very often. But once again, I kind of rediscovered my love for this. The formula is very cushy. It just feels super luxurious. Like it's kind of hard to describe other than cushy. That's the first word that comes to mind for me. And while this isn't a color I reach for often, this is one that once again is more unique to my stash. So I'm happy I have it. I wore this one 4 times. And then lastly, my Wayne Goss lipstick in the shade Carnation. I really enjoyed wearing this. I wore this on a Sunday for the Zoom congregation meeting, and I thought it was really pretty. This is definitely a little bit more of a glam lipstick for me to wear, and it's not one that I wear, I would say, a lot this time of year, but I really enjoyed it. And starting now, I think in my roulettes, if I happen to roll a shade that I feel like isn't suitable for this time of year, I'm gonna allow myself to re-roll instead of trying to make it work with the other makeup I'm wearing. But in any case, this was really pretty. I'm happy I have it in my stash. Now for eyeshadow singles, I have this shade from Colourpop. This is one of their Supershock shadows, but it's in the satin finish, and this is the shade Wattles. But it's actually the one I'm wearing on my eyes today. I think this is a really pretty everyday color that I could go for all year, and I really like it. I really, really like it. This was almost new when I put it in this particular rotation. I'm thinking that I like this enough, I might try to pan this next year. This is a really nice everyday shadow for me, and I don't want it to go to waste by drying out. But I used this one 7 times. My Naked Cosmetics single in the shade Mother Nature is absolutely glorious. I was going for more of a natural look today, so I didn't put any shimmer on, but this is so pretty. I wore this 6 times, just a tiny bit of this. You don't need much. This is a pressed pigment. It's just get a little bit, and I would just kind of tap it right along the lash line, and instantly, boom. It's so pretty. And then the last the last single I was using is one of my Makeup Geek singles. I've got some of them just in this little 9-pan palette, and it was this one here. This is the shade Mirror Mirror. It turns out that I unintentionally ordered several shades from Makeup Geek that are very, very similar, but not exactly the same. But they have like this very, very white base to them, but they're just kind of inner corner shades. So that's kind of how I was using. Now look like you kind of, maybe if I get closer. Yeah, see, it's a very gentle inner corner shade. I am wearing it on my inner corner today. I really don't know if you can see it. Like I said, I feel like it's more of a gentle inner corner, which sometimes I like that, like kind of like today with the makeup I was going for. And this time I used that shade 6 times. Although I could see myself actually trying to pan and maybe even use up some of those kind of repetitive inner corner shades from Makeup Geek that I have. So now we get to choosing the makeup for the next 2 weeks. I was using Roulette for my lip products. However, there are some summer items that I really want to get some use out of before August ends. I don't even want to think about fall yet. I know I hear so many people talking about, ooh, fall, my favorite. And fall actually is my favorite. But this summer has just been so weird. I feel like we haven't enjoyed it like we usually do. And I'm just not ready to say goodbye to summer yet. I'm just not. But anyway, I really want to get some good use out of them. So I'm going to choose some blushes. This is one of my new blushes from Sydney Grace. This is in the shade Belle of Georgia, and as you can see, it is a peachy blush. I'll give you a swatch. And I've just been really into peach lately in general, but ooh, it's so pretty. I like how it's a matte finish. I'm looking forward to trying that out. I have another peach blush that I almost decluttered, but then tried again and instantly was like, oh no. I must definitely need to be in the mood for it. I like peach in the summertime. So I'm definitely gonna try that out. I haven't even worn this on my cheeks yet. I have it in my little Makeup Geek compact, but it's Sydney Grace. But anyhow, I'm really looking forward to actually trying it. I also want to make sure and get some use out of my Flower Bomb, oh gosh, let's try that again. These are the Blush Bomb Color Drops from Flower, and this is something I've been wanting for a really long time. I finally picked it up last month, and this is in the shade Pinched. I have tried it once. I loved it, and I actually want to put it in rotation to make sure I get some good use out of it. So that is going in for the next 2 weeks as well. Now, as for eyeshadow singles, I actually have some singles in like what do you call it when they're not a single that goes in an actual magnetic palette? They have their own packaging, that type of single. I have a few that I really want to get some good use out of. This one from The Balm, this is from their Pick Perf palette, and this is just a matte shadow. It's in the shade St. Charles Avenue. I've had this for a little while and I haven't really used it yet, and so I want to just pull this out, get some good use out of it. It's more of a warmer matte, and I thought, well, I'm still into warm tones. Let's pull this out and use it. So there it is on my ring finger there. Oh man, I'm just doing extra bad at the swatches today, but you can see actually it's a really nice, just a boring matte, but I love this type of shade for all over the lid. So I'm looking forward to using it. So that's one, and then I also pulled out this one from Nomad. This is another one that I thought was really pretty. This is their Marrakesh collection in the shade Henna. Look at how pretty that is. This is another matte, but it's just not one I pulled out like all spring or even winter. Like I'm trying to remember when I got this. Maybe I got this in late winter and I just haven't used it, which is just unacceptable because it is so pretty. All right, so I want to make sure and use that one. And now some people will laugh at me, but I feel like this was in my haul a couple months ago. This is the first time I've ever owned one of these L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. And of course I had to get the shade Amber Rush, which is the one you hear people mention as the OG favorite. And I haven't played around with it much yet. So I want to do that. Ooh, it is really pretty. Look at that. Okay, let's get her swatched. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that'll be so much fun to play with. I'm really looking forward to using all those pretty, yummy, warm tones. I just realized I forgot to swatch the other blush. Let me do that for you real quick. Okay, if I put it over here, you can see it's very light. It's like serum-y in texture, and it's easily, and you can build it up to get more color, but I like the sheer wash of color on some days. So I'm looking forward to it anyhow. So that was that Flower Beauty Blush Balm. Before I roll for my lip products, I have actually some eyeliners I want to check out this month. I really like eyeliner. I specifically would like to get perhaps more colored ones into my stash. I find that I really enjoy putting them in my waterline. This is one I just want to pull out. This is my Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade Tutu Turquoise. swatch that for you. I have used this in my waterline before and it was really, really beautiful. There you go, right there. I find if I don't pull these out on purpose, they kind of stay in my drawer and I don't remember to pull them out. This one, however, this is from Manna Kadar, and this is the Idyllic Gel Eyeliner Pencil in black. This, I have a feeling I'm going to be decluttering and I want to try and use it first before I do. So I got this a long time ago in like Birchbox or something, a very long time ago. And it is just a plain black eyeliner. It comes out in kind of this little, I don't know, waxy tube maybe, I don't know what else to call it, but it's actually slightly loose so that when I swatch it, I can feel it kind of wiggle and it doesn't make me feel like I can get a very precise line. Plus it's not a very precise tip on it, and it's not very black, which normally it's not something I really care about that much. Oh, in this light it looks pretty decent, but in comparison to others, it looks pretty lackluster, but I do want to at least use it a little bit before I decide to get rid of it. But okay, now for the randomization. So in the past, I used the Pretty Random app. However, it was brought to my attention that that app relies on a mathematical formula and it's not therefore random, like rolling the dice would be. So I use random.org now, which is supposed to be actually random. Okay, I have it over here on my tablet, which is why I keep looking. I'll be using the numbers 2 through 23. The first one is 15. Next is 4, and then 17. Okay, I am super pleased with the items I rolled. They are very summery. These are all glosses, or I guess one's technically a lip oil. But the first one would be this I cannot speak today, Stay Glossy Gloss from Rimmel. And this is in the shade Blushing Belgraves. I actually recently rescued this from my daughter's lip gloss collection. Every once in a while, I'll pull stuff out that I'm not really using and I'll let her use it. However, I don't think she's much of a lip gloss girl. She claims she is, but she doesn't wear it. And I was like, well, if you're not gonna wear it, you know, let me at least put it back in my vanity and I'll use it. She can use it whenever she wants, but at least this way it'll get used. So it is just a really plain nudie pink, which I actually really enjoy. There it is, swatched right there. Next, I have a little mini from Tarte. This is the H2O gloss in the shade, where is it? Hang 10. This one is relatively new to me, but with the times I've worn it, I've been really pleased. I think it's really pretty. I feel like it actually swatches a little darker on my skin than it actually looks on my lips, but that's a really pretty gloss. I'm gonna enjoy using that. And then my Yensa lip oil. I'm pleased to have drawn this. This is more of a newer one to my stash. I tend to reach for my older stuff to try and make sure, you know, they get used up. So it'll be fun to use something newer. And that, of course, is just a practically sheer but pink lip oil. Looking at these glosses and such, I feel like I want to pull out a lip liner for these. So let me do that real quick. Okay, I'm gonna pull 2 lip liners, one from Essence. This is in the shade Number 8, Big Proposal. It's actually one of my very favorite lip liners in my stash. I feel like it goes, oh, there it is right there. I feel like it goes with a lot of my neutral type glosses and lipsticks, and it seems to go with a lot of different shades. I love it. And then this one from Pop Beauty. This is another one that's relatively new to my stash. This is the Pout on Point lip liner in the shade Risque Rose. This one's a little bit darker right there. I thought it might go nicely with that Tarte gloss. All right, and that will be in my makeup basket to use daily for the next few weeks, along with my Project Pan stuff. So I'm looking forward to using those. That'll be really fun. And I'm just not trying to think about the approaching fall. I just don't want to think about it. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out with me, especially if you've made it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.